Hey everyone, so here's an update on my 5.5 gallon Betta tank, or as I like to call it, the no filter Betta tank. So there's no mechanical filter on here, I don't have a sponge filter or hang on the back or anything like that. So I do run an air stone, that's what those bubbles are, so no CO2. This is a dirted tank capped with black sand. So the plants are growing really well. I think it's been about a month since I did an update on this video, or on this tank. So if you go back and you look at the last video, you can see the plant growth, the difference, how much the plants have grown. I have my Betta Fish in here and my white cloud mountain minnows. They get along great. He's a tiny bit aggressive at feeding time, which I just fed him. It's not their feeding time, but just to get him to come out, because he likes to hide out behind this piece of driftwood. So I'm running 2 LED lights on this tank. They're just standard LED lights, white and blue. There's no special lighting. They're not meant for planet tanks, but it works well. It works well enough. Let me give you see if you can see my floating plants. So that's duckweed, and I think it's called fairy moss or azolla. If you know what duckweed looks like, then the other one that's floating is the azolla or the fairy moss. So I do have a glass lid for this that I made. I made a glass lid for this tank, and I do have it on there. I just wanted to show you guys the azolla or fairy moss. It's pretty cool looking compared to duckweed. I just bought it at a local nursery. It seems to be doing okay in here. It's not as fast as a grower as the duckweed is, but it does grow pretty good. So I'll see how well that does. I do have plans to make some changes to this tank in the near future. Like taking out this driftwood and maybe adding some different plants, taking out the hornwort that's floating. I'll just see what happens. I am going to trim this in a couple days and do a small water change. I do water changes once a week, but it's really thriving. It's really doing good. I haven't lost any of the white cloud mountain minnows. The Betta's doing great. He's just Betta from Petco that I got, I don't know, almost a year ago, and he's been in several different tanks, but now this is his permanent home. So I will have more updates on this tank when I trim it and add some plants, change things around. I also gonna have an update on my 20 gallon because it's kind of in the works right now. I redid it. I'm still messing around with it, and when I'm finished with that, I'll try to make a video in the next few days, hopefully, or at least in the next week, of my 20 gallon. But yeah, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those, and I will talk to you on the next video.